All right, so get this. Today's deep dive is going down the rabbit hole of art heists and forgeries.
A topic I'm sure you'll find as fascinating as I do.
Yeah, we're talking millions of dollars on the line, priceless masterpieces, enough intrigue to make even the Mona Lisa do a double take.
What I find captivating is how it all comes together. The creativity, the commerce, the crime.
Yeah.
It's a realm where one brushstroke can be worth a king's ransom, where beauty and danger, they kind of dance together.
Like a real-life treasure hunt.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
Only the treasure is a stolen Van Gogh,
Right.
and anyone could be the hunter.
Exactly.
But before we get to the heists themselves, don't you ever wonder, like, what makes some paint splattered on a canvas worth millions?
Interesting question.
You know, because I've got a killer stick figure collection at home, but something tells me Sotheby's isn't exactly knocking down my door.
It is a fascinating paradox, isn't it?
It is.
You have art, its value is totally subjective.
Right.
Shaped by individual taste, emotional response, but then it's also objectively traded for, well, insane amounts of money.
It's
So you've got this blend of perceived worth and cold hard cash. It creates a very tempting target for those who appreciate, shall we say, alternative acquisition methods.
Okay, so it's not just about whether a painting, like, sparks joy. It's about the history, the reputation, maybe even a little, what will this be worth in 10 years?
Precisely.
Right.
You've got factors like the artist's legacy, the historical significance of a work, and yes, even just plain speculation.
Oh, yeah.
All of that plays a role in how much a piece is worth.
Makes sense.
It's that subjectivity combined with these huge sums of money that makes art such a target for criminals.
Totally.
A tantalizing target, to say the least.
It's like someone spun a roulette wheel of value and then they just slapped a 7-figure price tag on whatever it landed on. Speaking of high-stakes gambles, let's talk about a real-life art heist that could give any Hollywood movie a run for its money. The Stockholm Museum heist of 2000.
Oh, yes. A classic case, really. Audacity, precision. Okay, picture this. 3 thieves, just casual tourists. They stroll into a museum, blend right in with the crowd, and they waltz out with, what was it, over $30 million worth of art, including pieces about Picasso, Monet, big names.
Wow.
It was a meticulously planned operation, executed, well, almost with artistic flair, you could say.
Wait, so they weren't just grabbing whatever wasn't, like, bolted to the floor?
No.
These guys had a shopping list.
Absolutely. These were iconic pieces, instantly recognizable. They knew exactly what they were after.
Wow.
And get this, they were in and out in minutes,
No way.
leaving authorities, well, I imagine, dumbfounded and empty-handed.
I bet. So then what happens next? These guys, they're not going to just, like, hang a stolen Picasso above their couch.
You'd think not, right?
Yeah.
But that's where things get really interesting. See, these thieves weren't interested in just, admiring these masterpieces in some secret hideout.
Right.
The question becomes, what do you do with stolen art? Especially when it's so famous that it could never be displayed publicly.
Yeah, you can't exactly put a stolen Picasso up on eBay, right?
No, not quite. This is where we enter the shadowy underworld, the art black market.
Okay.
Imagine a whole secret network of collectors, dealers, intermediaries, all operating outside the law.
So it's like this secret society for art enthusiasts with, a taste for the finer things in life, but also things that are very, very illegal.
Yeah, you could say that, but goes beyond just aesthetics, you see.
Okay.
Owning a stolen masterpiece, it's a statement.
Yeah.
It's about possessing something exclusive, illicit. It's a power move,
I see.
especially in those circles where money's no object. But access? Well, that's everything. And here's the thing. Many of the paintings from that Stockholm heist, despite decades of investigations, they've never been found.
Really? Vanished without a trace.
It seems that way.
That's both amazing and kind of creepy,
Yep.
It makes you wonder if these masterpieces are tucked away in some shadowy collection somewhere, are they still even art at that point? Or are they something else entirely?
It's a great question, and I think it gets at this very complex relationship between art and ownership, between creating something and possessing it.
Yeah.
But it also shows that art theft, it's more than just wanting a valuable object. It's about controlling the narrative. It's about influence, secrecy, desire, this whole system built on things that are hidden.
Wow. It's kind of wild to think about these pieces, like, circulating in the shadows somewhere.
Absolutely.
But, there's another side to this world of art and deception that's just as fascinating, I think, and that's forgery. Because, I mean, instead of stealing a masterpiece, why not just make a new one? Of course, it's not as easy as picking up a paintbrush and hoping for the best.
You're right. It's not easy at all. Now, you're talking about a whole different level of artistry, deception, really. Forgery, it's not about, brute force. It's not about pulling off these crazy heists. It's about meticulous planning. Scientific precision, almost.
Okay.
It's like they can inhabit the mind of a master painter.
So we're not talking about, like, some art school dropout trying to make a quick buck here.
Not at all. These are individuals who dedicate their lives to this.
Wow.
Studying the techniques of the absolute greats.
Right.
They obsess over the tiniest details, brushstrokes, what kind of paints they used back then, the canvas, the wood for the frames, everything.
That's incredible.
It's about recreating not just the image itself, but the soul of the artwork.
Wow. So, like, how do they even catch these people? I mean, what are they looking for? It seems like it'd take, like, a Sherlock Holmes level eye to spot a truly great fake.
Oh, you're right. The art authenticators, that's what they are, detectives of the art world. They're trained to spot the tiniest little inconsistencies.
Wow.
They use microscopic analysis, chemical testing. They have to know the history, too. It's amazing. And even then, some forgeries are so good, they can fool even the most experienced authenticator.
Wait, really? So even with all the technology, all the expertise, it's still possible to get totally fooled by a fake?
It happens. You know about Hans van Meegeren?
I don't know.
20th century forger, specialized in Vermeers.
Okay.
And his stuff was so good, he even fooled some of those top Nazi art collectors.
Wait, he was selling fakes to Nazis? That's another level.
Right. It's a wild story.
Yeah.
But his forgeries were that good. It wasn't until after the war that people even started to question if they were real or not.
Wow. I can't imagine the scandal, like everyone realizing they'd been tricked, especially by a master forger like that.
It's almost unbelievable. And it really makes you think, if a forgery is that good, if you can't tell it apart from the original, does it even matter? Like, is it still art, or is it just a really, really convincing illusion?
Yeah, that's a good question. Does the value of art really only exist in whether or not it's authentic? Or is there something to be said for the skill, the artistry, even if it's a replica? I don't know. It's tough.
It really is. It makes you question everything.
If I had, like, a fake Vermeer hanging on my wall, I don't think I'd be complaining, especially if it meant I didn't have to spend millions of dollars. But seriously, this all brings up, like, a bigger issue, doesn't it? The impact of both art heists and forgeries on the art world, on everyone, really. This can't be good for business, right?
You're absolutely right. Art crime, whether it's a big flashy heist or a carefully crafted forgery, it has major consequences. And the global art market, we're talking billions of dollars here, it takes a direct hit.
Right, because every stolen or fake piece, that's money out of someone's pocket.
Exactly.
Galleries, collectors, insurance companies, everybody. It's like this ripple effect.
Absolutely. But it's more than just the money.
Yeah.
It affects how we experience art, how we value it at a fundamental level.
What do you mean?
Think about it. Each piece of art, especially the masterpieces, the ones that have survived for centuries, they're like little pieces of history.
Okay.
Windows into a specific time.
I like.
When those pieces are stolen or faked, it's like a part of our shared history. It just disappears.
So it's not about the actual object so much as what it represents.
Exactly.
The story it tells, the feelings it evokes, how it connects us to the past, to each other, all of that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine if, like the Mona Lisa, just vanished from the Louvre tomorrow.
Oh, man.
It wouldn't just be a financial blow to the museum. It'd be a loss for all of us.
Yeah, you're right. It'd be like stealing a piece of our collective memory or something.
Exactly.
And I bet these crimes, they have a ripple effect that goes way beyond just the art itself.
Oh, absolutely. It creates this atmosphere of distrust in the art world.
Right.
Museums have to ramp up security, which usually means higher ticket prices.
Oh, yeah.
A less enjoyable experience for everyone. Galleries, they become afraid to loan out their most valuable pieces.
Right.
So the public doesn't get to see them.
Right.
The joy of experiencing art, it gets overshadowed by this worry, by suspicion.
Yeah. Which is really a shame, because art, it should bring us together, It's like, if you have to lock it away in a vault, what's the point, right?
Right.
It's sad, really, because art can be so powerful.
It really can.
Connects us, makes us think, helps us see the world differently.
Absolutely.
But then it gets tangled up in all this crime and deception.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder about, like, the whole idea of authenticity, what it even means anymore.
It's true.
Which actually brings us back to something you were talking about earlier, those flawless forgeries.
Ah, yes. The big question.
If you can't tell a fake from the real deal, is it still a crime?
The ultimate debate, right?
Yeah.
At the heart of the art world.
It's a tough one. Where's the line? Is it about tricking people, or is it just that someone somewhere might lose money?
It makes you think about the whole nature of art.
It does?
What's important, the actual object itself?
Right.
The brushstrokes, the signature, all that? Or is it something more, something the artist saw, the emotions, the story?
And if a forger can copy all of that, is it really any less powerful for the person looking at it?
That's the question, isn't it?
Like, imagine that Rembrandt you love at the museum. What if it turned out to be a fake, a really, really good one?
Right.
Would you look at it differently? Would it change how you felt about it?
Would it diminish the experience at all?
Yeah, it's a total mind trip.
It is. It gets at the heart of how we perceive and appreciate art. It's fascinating.
My mind is officially blown.
Mine too.
This deep dive has been quite the adventure. Heists, secret art deals, master forgers.
We've gone down some rabbit holes, that's for sure.
We have. We've uncovered this world of art crime, look at why people do it and how it affects everything and everyone.
And we've asked some big questions along the way.
We have, about art, about value, about authenticity.
So next time you're standing in front of a masterpiece, any masterpiece,
Yes.
take a moment. Ask yourself, what makes it so special to you? Is it the artist, the history behind it, the way it makes you feel?
And maybe, just maybe, you'll find yourself wanting to dig a little deeper.
Absolutely.
After all, the art world, it's kind of like a good painting. You get the most out of it when you're willing to really look to see what's hidden beneath the surface.
Well,